What's going on, guys? Sharif here, and in this video I have a very interesting topic that I want to talk about. Why you are not seeing the results you want as a natural bodybuilder. You've been hitting the gym, you're eating your protein, you've been consistent, but then you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm not where I want to be. Well, this video is for you, and hopefully it gives you all the clarity you need, alright? If you're new to this channel, I'm Sharif, natural bodybuilder, been training for over 13 years, and I would love it if you can subscribe, if you can like, if you can leave a comment maybe at the end, if it was helpful for you. All right, let's jump straight into it. Number one, why you're not seeing results. It's gonna be about your training. You're neglecting the compound lifts. The compound lifts, which are your bench press, your squats, your overhead press, your barbell rows, your pull-ups, your dips, deadlifts, push-ups, exercises that are very neglected nowadays. People, instead of doing a barbell back squat, they'll choose to go on a machine. Instead of doing the overhead press, they'll sit on a machine and do a seated shoulders press. Instead of doing the barbell rows, we all want to go on the cable rows because it's easier. And when you choose the easier route for you as a natural, unfortunately, well, yes, unfortunately, because it sucks to do the hard work, but it does affect your physique, all right? Now, you might tell me, I'm still pushing to failure on the machines. It's not just about pushing to failure, but it's about all the effect that those compound lifts have on your nervous system, on your hormones, on your testosterone production, your growth hormone, all right? When you're doing a barbell back squat, the way it affects your body is way superior than doing a leg press. Works so many more muscles, the stabilizers, the core, and the impact, the growth that you get from it is just superior. So do not neglect your compound lifts. I want you to really reanalyze your trainings and make sure that every single workout, the focus is on one compound lifts. For instance, if you're doing a chest and triceps workout, the focus of your chest should be either a barbell bench press or an incline dumbbell press. It should not be a machine chest press where you're putting all your effort. All right, legs, the focus has to be on a kind of a squat workout, squat variation. You're doing back, the focus has to be on that compound lifts, which will be the barbell back row, barbell bent over row, or a dumbbell row, or a pull-up. But those ones have to be the bread and butter, the steak of your workout. All right, moving on. So that's the first thing. Machines are useful. I'm not saying stay away from machines, but you have to use them as a plus. All right, the basic of your workout has to be the compound lift, and you also want to progressively overload on them. This is very important. Progressively overload on those lifts. Anyways, moving on. Number two, you're scared of pushing. You're scared of going to failure. You're not taking enough sets to failure. You're not training as intense. And this is something that I would say is 99% of people. Every gym I go to, most people are on their phone. Most people are walking around from a machine to a machine, and they're just here to exercise. But you're here to work out, you're here to train. You gotta know that you gotta push your body to the intensity it needs to grow. Your body don't want to build muscles. Building muscles need a lot of energy, all right? Your body gotta be forced to do so. And how you force your body, one way is pushing the intensity at the gym, getting your sets to failure, and making sure that you're leaving no stones unturned when you're hitting that workout. Super important, all right? You don't want to leave the gym full of energy. You want to give it all. Push those sets to failure, all right? If you're resting too much, lower that rest. Make sure you're pushing enough. A lot of people are scared of overtraining or scared of pushing. Well, push more, train harder. Like Greg Doucette says, harder than last time. Now, number three, a reason why you're not seeing results. As a natural bodybuilder, it's pretty common that you're testing your PRs too often. You're trying to go max PR, lifting very heavy, seeing how much you can squat for one rep, how much you can bench for one rep too often. And this doesn't really serve you. As bodybuilders, lifting heavy weights is just let's say the weight is just a tool that will help us get to our desired result. The weight is not the first factor that will determine our growth, all right? But a lot of people shift their focus from the muscle to the weight. We're not power lifters, we're bodybuilders. So our focus has to be on the body, on the muscle, on the mind-muscle connection, on getting that muscle to failure. And the weight is just a tool, all right? It's like if I'm trying to put a nail in the wall, do I focus on the hammer and I look at the hammer and I'm just trying to give it as heavy hits as possible, or do I focus on the nail and I really give it small pulses on the head of the nail just to get the job done. That's what weights are. But when you're focusing too much on hitting PRs, first of all, you're overstressing your nervous system, all right? Overstressing it, your body starts getting stressed, not optimal for growing muscles because now you're not recovering as well. And number two, you're shifting your focus and you're not getting your muscles to failure. I see people trying to max out on their bench press and they're not recruiting their chest barely anything, all right? They're just basically trying to get that weight up any means necessary, and that's an accomplishment. Yes, I benched 3 plates, but what does it mean? What did your chest get, all right? So don't focus too much on the weight, and the weight is the last thing you want to progress when you're progressively overload. The weight is the last thing. You can first of all play with your tempo, play with your rest periods, play with your rep range, all right? And then at the end, if you basically did more reps, your tempo is good, you're controlling your reps, and you lowered your rest periods, now you can increase your weight afterwards. Moving on, number 4, you're not training frequently enough. A lot of bodybuilders, natural bodybuilders, they've been training for years and they tell me they're just doing 4 times a week because they're scared of overtraining. Come on, guys. Our ancestors used to be outside in the woods every single day, chasing and hunting and jumping and fighting and training. All right? I don't believe that you're overtraining if you do more than 4 times a week. I don't believe that you need to be enhanced to be able to train more than 4 times a week. I train 7 days a week, 90 minutes every single day, working out, yes, and I push myself. I've been doing it for years. My body got used to it. I'm not saying you should do 7, but I'm not saying that you should do 4 neither. If you're an advanced lifter, aim for 6. 5 is okay. I would say 6. Frequency is important. I know we want to follow the Mike Metzer, but I don't believe that Mike Metzer built his body with his method. All right, he progressively got there, and he maybe maintained with it. With 3-4 times you will maintain. There's no way you will be progressing and you'll hit a plateau. So if you're just doing 4 times a week, bring it up to 5. If you're doing 5, bring it up to 6. If you're doing 6 and on your rest day you feel like you're able to go for a light workout, all right? Maybe just do arms or shoulders. Anyways, frequency is important, so up your frequency and don't be scared. You're not overtraining. You're doing it. You're adding a 60 minutes in the week or a 90 minutes in the week. Trust me, your body can handle a lot more than you think. All right, we're a very strong machine. Let's say that. Moving on. Number 5, your training split. A lot of people are not progressing after, let's say, you fixed everything I spoke about. Now it's probably time for you to check your training split. Are you doing a push-pull legs? If you're doing a push-pull legs and you haven't seen good results, well, I would recommend you to start going on a bro split. Why? Because the push-pull legs, once you start getting advanced, it's not very optimal. You're hitting push, shoulders, and chest in the same day, and triceps. Well, when I hit my chest good enough, I'm pretty much fried for the day and I can't do any more shoulders. When I do my shoulders good enough, I can't do any other muscles. I'll do a bit of triceps just because it's a side effect of doing all the presses. I work my triceps indirectly, so I'll do a bit of it. But doing my shoulders and my chest on the same day, I will be pretty much exhausted if I'm getting them to failure, which most people probably are not. They'll do 2 exercises of shoulders, 2 exercises of chest, 1 of triceps, and they call it a workout. That's not a workout. For you, this is just maintaining. So switch your training split. And I'm not saying the bro split has to be the ultimate way of doing it, but I believe it's the best split for natural bodybuilders that are advanced. Why? Because first of all, you can hit that muscle group twice every 8 days with my split, because it's a 4-day split. So you hit each muscle group twice every 8 days, which is the most optimal. Number 2, you give enough attention to each muscle. All right, when you're doing a pull day, you want to do your deadlift, you want to do your hamstrings, you want to do your back, your lats, your rhomboids, your lower back, and your biceps. Just the lats and the upper back basically is a huge workout on its own and needs a lot of volume. Look at Jay Cutler training. Look at all the volume he did for his back. You want to add on top of that all the other hamstring and the biceps and this and the stiff leg deadlift. That would just be overdoing it. So I would much rather focusing on targeting a muscle group and hitting it to failure, putting all my energy on it, and then let it recover, and next day do another muscle group. That way, I'm sure that I'm getting it to failure and giving it enough time to recover. Once it's ready, I'll hit it again. All right, that's what I believe is the best training split for advanced bodybuilders. Bro split. It's a pro split. All right, and don't tell me science this, science that. Science is just telling you what experience did. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Science is telling you what experience did. When Arnold started training, he didn't use any science or data. He used his internal instinct. Bodybuilding is an internal sport. The mind-muscle connection. What has been working? Let's do more of that. Let's see how it feels. Let's do the partial reps. Let's see how it feels. Yes, it's working. Let's keep moving. 5 years ago, partial reps by scientifics were not good. Now, science is saying partial reps are good. When John Meadows started talking about them, people were like, well, science is saying this. It's not good. And now science is backing it up. 50 years ago, science was saying tobacco was healthy. What are you going to do? Are you going to just listen to whatever piece of science you're reading and going from it? No. Listen to your body. How do you feel? The overhead press, how do you feel with it? What is the impact you're getting from it? What are the results? And keep doing with what works for you. And at the end of the day, if you're really in a good connection with your body, we will all be aligned with knowing that the compound lifts are pretty crucial, and you don't need a ton of variety, and that you need to keep the volume pretty moderate to high depending on your workload and your stress tolerance, and you gotta keep the frequency high. All right, and that doing a bro split does make sense, because the more advanced you are, the more muscle it can take, and the more a muscle can take volume, so you gotta give it more to get it to failure. The goal of it is basically taking your muscles to failure, breaking down the muscle, taking it to failure, letting it recover, and then do it again as fast as possible once it's recovered. That's pretty much bodybuilding. All right, moving on. Number 6, why you're not progressing? It's because of your diet. All right, I'll see a lot of natural bodybuilders that are telling me, well, I'm not able to progress. Maybe I should jump on juice. Well, you know what? Maybe you should stop going to McDonald's every 2 weeks. Maybe you should twice every week. Sorry. Maybe you should stop freaking. What is it called? Going to that. When it happened, the Super Bowl event, I see their stories on their Instagram, and the pizzas and the nachos and the this and the that. Well, that's why you're not able to progress. It's important that your diet is on top, that you're keeping it on check. Your diet is super important. As soon as I started taking my diet seriously, guys, trust me, the results were insane. And diet is something you cannot outwork. You cannot outwork a bad diet. You want to train 5 hours a day, you still eat bad, you will not see the results you want. Make sure your diet is optimized. If you don't have a good diet plan, hit me up. All right, I offer coaching, diet plan, training plan, everything. So if you have if you need any help with that, let me know. But your diet is super important. You can't get away with eating junk food, especially as a natural. Someone enhanced can, because their metabolism is so fast. They'll just burn everything off and get it all to their muscles and increase their muscle glycogen. But for you, your capacity of filling up your muscle glycogen is much lower than someone that is enhanced. So after eating that 5 cookies, well, trust me, you will feel it, and not in a good way. It's not gonna be optimized for you. So focus on your diet. Guys, if you like that video, I do that for free. All I'm asking is that you leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know how you found it. Was it helpful? If it was, let me know. Please go watch others of my videos. I want to grow this YouTube channel. I want to make a living off of YouTube. That's the reality. I want to make a living. I want to grow as a fitness influencer, but a real fitness influencer. We've seen a lot of bad fitness influencers that are doing very bad stuff. I'm seeing them on social media, and I want to be a good influence. I want to help people. I want to give back. I want to be able to make a living off of it, but I really want to help, and I really want to influence the next generation to stay natural and that they're able to reach a dream body naturally. That's it for this video. Leave a like. See you soon. Thank you so much. Ciao.